So I don't know about you, but personal branding has always been a bit cringy for me. It's always been like this little thing that I'm just not really fully interested in, don't quite understand. And I think a lot of that really came from, it always just seemed a little bit self-indulgent. It seemed like the people that were doing it were just, talking about themselves. But that's completely shifted for me. I've completely taken a totally different perspective on personal branding, because now I can see how valuable it is and how important it is, especially if you're trying to sort of share something of value in some form or another. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about why I thought it was cringy and actually how I'm kind of feeling about it now, like how I kind of relate personal branding to actually just having a strong sense of knowledge of who you are. And I think knowing who we are on the highest level is really at the root of everything that we do. So yeah, I want to get into that here today. And for those of you that are new, my name is Mark Waters and I'm a filmmaker. I've been doing that for 20 years. And my whole inspiration for making films has been to break stigmas and to kind of show that we can live a different kind of life, that there is so many different ways to live. And it's all really been driven by my absolute love for the human experience and my love for freedom. Freedom is at the root of everything I do, whether it be filmmaking, creativity, the pursuit for self-knowledge and self-understanding. And yeah, I think we can all probably relate to that. And a lot of what I'm doing on this channel is actually unlocking freedom, kind of showing how we can do it on all levels. So yeah, so personal branding, cringy, eh? There's probably a lot of you guys out there that feel the same, and I totally relate. And I think what was happening to me first and foremost is I was kind of relaying my story onto it. So I judged it. I see personal branding, I hear the word personal branding. First and foremost, the combination of words just seems weird to put the word brand with the word person. We're people, we're humans. We're not like businesses, we're not corporate entities. So for me, it's been really hard to kind of like break that stigma around personal branding. And again, yeah, it just seemed a little bit self-indulgent for me. I think that story, the narrative, the limiting belief that I had around personal branding was getting in the way of me actually hearing the value from what they were telling me. And for some reason, I didn't really attach personal branding to the people that I was actually getting a lot of value from myself. So all of these people online, these podcasters and all of these different people that are like doing amazing things that I'm getting so much from, I never really thought about them as building a personal brand, but they are. Anyone that's doing anything online are building personal brands. They're using themselves, leveraging the stuff that they know, their interests, to create value for other people. And that's essentially what it is. But for me, personal branding, I kind of associated to just the kind of personal brands that I didn't like for some reason. But then all the ones that I did like, I didn't really kind of see them as personal branding, which is kind of funny. So over the last sort of 12 to 24 months, I've really been breaking my whole idea around what a personal brand is, and actually figuring out ways in which I can actually embrace it and look at it in a different way, and how I can align it more with my values, my ethics, and the way in which I kind of see the world. So when I started thinking about personal branding, the first thing I did was actually just took away just the word branding and just went for looking at the person. And this is something that I've been doing for my whole life. I have a deep, deep interest in knowing who we are, why we do the things that we do, and the nature of reality. And this has been the thread of pretty much all the work that I've done. And again, it's the sort of thing that I'm going to be sharing here on this channel, a large part of what I'm going to be sharing on this channel. So if you just think about it as like your personal brand is basically, it's your perspective, your worldview, your point of view. So, but then when you actually present it online, it's your digital reputation. So it's who you are, all the things that you've done in your life, how you show up authentically for the people that you love, and you just do that like this online to serve people. And provide value in the ways in which you know how to. And then for me, like as a filmmaker with 20 years experience, somebody that's in love with the human experience, somebody that's spent so much time really sort of exploring human nature and who we are, and again, why we do the things that we do, which has been driven through the films that I've done. Like one feature film was a film I made called Chasing the Present that looked at the root cause of suffering. And we went east, we explored spiritual traditions, meditation, self-inquiry, self-investigation. We went to the Amazon, started exploring with plant medicines, all sorts of stuff. And all of this is really about understanding who we are. So it's about understanding who we are, looking at the, shining a light into the shadows, the parts of ourselves that we didn't even know existed, and sort of looking past the limitations that we put on ourselves so that we can break free and actually live the life that we want. And this has always been really at the root of all the work that I do. So when I started thinking about personal branding, I just started, putting it through my own worldview and what that would be to me. So what is a personal brand to me? And a personal brand for me is actually what I'm doing right now. I'm sat here, I'm talking to you, I've created a digital presence, and I'm able to express the things that I think are going to be of value for you. So it kind of really puts a totally different spin on it. And I think the reason why I think it's important for me to talk about this today is I actually genuinely believe that building a personal brand is probably one of the most important things you can do right now, especially with the changing economy, the way things are shifting, the expansion of the digital economy, the digital world. It's here, it's not going anywhere, and it's expanding and it's getting bigger and bigger. And the way things are changing, with, like I mentioned in episode 1, AI, automation, all this sort of stuff, there's going to be a lot of jobs that are at risk. We're already seeing that. So I think more and more people are looking to see how they can leverage the online world to kind of build a business or build something online so that they can actually create a life around that. So your personal brand is really at the center of that. So it's your way where you can build your audience, where you can get people to actually know who you are and what it is that you are all about, so that they can actually figure out whether or not that you're somebody that that they want to work with or connect with or whatever it may be. So if you are a filmmaker, if you're an independent filmmaker, if you're an artist, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, if you've got anything, anything of value that you want to share, and you want to build an audience, building a personal brand is the best way to do it, from my perspective. And we're going to see the online world blowing up now. With AI, there's going to be lots of new accounts going up. There's going to be a lot of competition. So I think what I think we're going to crave more and more is authenticity. We're going to want people that are real, that have lived real lives, that have had real experiences. And we're going to want to actually learn from their stories, because that's how we learn. Really, story is the most valuable thing in terms of learning. Like I can't remember, there's some statistic that I heard recently where it's some little like riddle, I can't remember what it is, but it's something to do with like something about stats, and like how stats kind of only to be honest, I can't remember what it was, but anyway, stories are more important than stats is basically what I'm getting to. So when you can share your story, when you can share your story in an authentic way and connect with people, you can do so much. And again, it's like so much of it is about just being true to you. And the way in which you can be true to you is by knowing who you are. Knowing who you are, knowing what it is that you want to do, what you can offer the world, and who it is that you can actually bring this to. And once you figure that out, you can build a personal presence online and do anything you want. You can use that to do anything you want. And I think that is just an amazing opportunity that we have now. And it's free. It's absolutely free to start a YouTube account, it's free to start any social media account. And the way in which the world is shifting, this is where the attention is. Everyone's on social media now, whether we like it or not, and specifically YouTube. There's more people watching YouTube now than there is Netflix. So this is where the attention is. And as a filmmaker, as somebody who's always sort of valued platforms like Netflix and all that sort of stuff, because it's kind of where you want to get your project so that more people are going to see it, more people are actually seeing the stuff that people are putting on YouTube than on Netflix. And you can literally just do it like this. My camera just cut. I'm just going to continue. One of the things I'm really excited about is this new wave of building online. It's not about going viral. It's not about like making some crazy sort of wild thing that's like a really dopamine, sort of like addictive, crazy, fast-paced madness. That stuff is, I think we're sick of it. We're sick and tired of like all this like, sound effects and like titles bouncing all over the shop. We just want real. We want to connect with real people that are doing real things that can provide real value to us. And that's what I'm really excited about. And we don't need the whole world to see what it is that we have to share. We just need to be able to find our people, our tribe, to be able to connect with the right people so that those people can leverage what it is that you have to share. So doing what I'm doing right now, like as you can see, there's one cut in this just because my camera cut. I'm doing a series right now. I'm doing a 12-part. I think it's going to be 12 parts. I'm 3 episodes in. I'm doing uncut, unedited, raw, no music, no nothing. Just me chatting to you, giving you a vibe for who I am, what it is that I want to offer, and giving some advice along the way about personal branding and how you can maybe think about it in a different way. And I'm pulling all the other things into it about filmmaking and my love for the human experience and the philosophy. And this is how it's done, you know. And it's like so much of, you know, when if you're looking to do this yourself, you've probably been like driving yourself crazy trying to think of what to do, and, you know, not even got to that point where you've recorded that first video. And I get you, I've been there. I did that for months and months and months, and it's the 3rd video I'm recording this week, and it feels amazing because I know what I'm doing now. I know what I need to say. I know who I'm speaking to, so much of that research, when you're trying to figure it out, it's kind of like, I know you're thinking about what's your niche, and who do you speak to, and, you know, I've got so many things I want to say, how do I focus on it? And this is the stuff that I struggled with, you know, like I've got so many interests, you know, again, about like self-realization, creativity, the nature of reality, the love for the human experience, my love for travel, being outdoors, nature, all this sort of stuff. They're all tied into one thing, which is freedom. And this is kind of what I'm speaking about throughout my channel. And it's about how to create freedom in your life by leveraging all of these things that I love, which is knowing yourself so that you can find knowing yourself so that you know your gifts, you know your purpose, so you know what you can offer, and so that you can find the right people to share this with, and leveraging all this sort of stuff that I'm talking about, all the stuff that I've learned as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, as somebody that's able to set up scenes like this, be able to set up the whole system, the whole technical thing, to be able to just share. So the personal brand is really at the core. It's the thing. It's you. It's who you are. You represent your own. You leverage your own story, all of your stuff, but to speak to one particular kind of person. So it's amazing, you know. And this is sort of like the you are the niche way. So it's not like you're just talking about everything. They all have to be connected. And what I'm connecting. Well, the thing that I'm connecting to is being able to offer a way for you to be able to do something like this. And the people that I'm really interested in speaking to are the people that really feel like they've got something really valuable to talk about, something that they've got to say, but they don't really know how to do it, or they're sort of like trying to break through all the limiting beliefs, or they don't know how to set the whole thing up. I'm here to kind of help guide you through that. And this is where I feel like I can serve on the highest level. So helping you figure out who you are, figuring out your gifts, figuring out your purpose, and showing you actually how to express that online by building a personal brand and using the skills that I've figured out in the 20 years that I've been making films. So that's kind of my vibe. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. And if you want to take a deeper dive, I've got a school community as well. It's free. You can jump in there now. I'm not sure how long it's going to be free for, but I'm just building it up right now, and all the stuff that's going on in there, I'm getting more and more feedback about what it is that you guys want. So it's amazing to have you guys here early so that you can help me build out the program so that I can make sure that I'm giving you what you want. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for today. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.